On what some would call the artsy, if you'll pardon the expression, part of Central Avenue in St. Petersburg, Florida, USA, we came upon a place that boasts paint where it ain't. That would be 659 Central Avenue, by the way. Welcome to one-of-one customs. Like they say, none before it, none to come. Hand-painted everything. It's one of several art galleries on the block. And inside we met a most remarkable young man named Gary Taylor. But if you want to engage him in conversation, you'll do well to call him Rasta. This 40-year-old artist grew up in Middle America, Omaha, Nebraska, but he's called the Tampa Bay area home for about the past 15 years. He is the one who puts that paint where it ain't, and he's been practicing his art for a very long time.
When I was about 6 to 10 years old, my first things I remember was I used to draw my mom and dad in the living room reading the newspapers and stuff, and a really cool story was they knew I had talent when I was drawing my next door neighbor's houses at about 6 to 7 years old, and then I would go and sell the sketches to them.
His parents then enrolled him in a number of gifted art classes. He says he was taught in what he calls the old-fashioned Michelangelo style of painting. Here, one of his works done in oil paint at about the age of 6. However, today his paint is finding its way to a basketball as a canvas. Commissioned by a friend of the University of Connecticut's women basketball coach Jean Auriemma, the ball will honor the history-making 90 consecutive wins by UConn's amazing team. I'll tell you what, we'll come back in a day or two and see how he's doing. The shop has been open for about 8 months now, and this place is what Rasta Taylor is all about. Rasta. Your given name is Gary, but you've taken the name Rasta. Talk a little bit about what that name means and why you call yourself Rasta.
The reason why I am now called Rasta is Rasta is a positive way of life that really is more about, like I've been saying, the one love vibe. It's kind of a thing of bringing the people together of all races and all that, and keeping yourself physically fit, and just trying to stay very positive with all the crazy negative stuff that goes on in the world. Rasta is a way that just grounds me and keeps us all positive, smiling, and in good spirits, and also wanted to just be friends and enlightenment with everybody, enlighten them, help them help you, and just a good positive vibration.
Taking a peek at the book Rasta asked his visitors to sign, you can see the good vibrations abound. Over here, a custom hand-painted t-shirt in celebration of the Tampa Bay Rays baseball team, complete with a number of autographs, including pictures by the names of Price and Shields. Now, you may have noticed that Rasta prefers the shirt he's wearing to use as a wipe for his wet brushes. He used to toss them out after a few wears until people started to see pictures and shapes in them. So he tried selling a few. They went like hotcakes. That paint finds its way to all kinds of places where it ain't. Here's a couple of 33 RPM vinyl records that got a new lease on life after Rasta spent some quality time on them. Pretty cool, huh? By the way, Rasta Taylor's love is not just limited to his art.
I have a 16-year-old daughter named Diana, and I have a 12, about to be 13-year-old son named Taj. He's awesome.
Any inclinations for art the way Dad? Have they picked up on that talent?
Especially with Ayana. Yeah, Ayana really seems to love to draw and stuff just like I do. She's always had great handwriting, and I remember me having really good handwriting growing up, and I knew that kind of has something to do with the art a little bit, and so she shows really good potential with sketches that she does. And Taj comes up here, my son comes up here and actually has painted his own shoes, painted his own shirts, painted his own hats, and gets a lot of attention at school with it. That's awesome. So it's been good. Yeah, they love it. I'm happy, and I like to show them how to do this as a business themselves. I've always told them, if you can learn how to do this, you'll never be hungry. There's always going to be people wanting one-of-a-kind pieces that no one else will have.
Now, the sign showing